I'm very excited about it. In fact, I only come back to work on Monday, but I'm
Oh,
here.
you especially did
So,
this for us. We're so appreciative. Really, we are.
yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Thank you. Yeah, I trust you are happy and well and getting into the new year.
We are, and it's good to start it with you and your knowledge. And thank you so much for always sharing that with us. It makes such a difference in people's lives.
Absolute pleasure. Well, I wanted to start off with the new year with something exciting, but I thought I'd better look at what Minister Gwedi Mantashe said 2 days ago, and a little bit disappointing and irritated me, and I thought I wanted to talk about it a little bit now as well. Minister Mantashe was obviously confronted with regard to the 45% unemployment that we have in South Africa, and was also confronted with the fact that government doesn't seem to be doing much to try and improve the situation in 2026. And his response was, and I kid you not, he said that South Africans are lazy and that the youth must get out there and go and apply for jobs instead of sitting on their hands and waiting for government to help them. Now, I want to unpack that a little bit because I think not only is it unfair and insulting, but I think it's indicative of people trying to push the blame onto others. Excuse me. The reality is that government has not created an environment for their business community to create more jobs. So it's not a situation where government can say, well, it's not our problem, it's your problem, and you're not applying for jobs and you must go and do it. Now, it's not as if there are millions of jobs waiting out there. That's a fictitious thought, completely fictitious. There are problems, and the problem is that the business community is being hamstrung to a large degree by the government's regulations. They're over-regulated. The small businesses, and I've been saying it for years, are wholly over-regulated. Small businesses, for instance, the spaza shop that could be employing people from around the corner and could be growing, is hampered by exactly the same rules and regulations that you'll find for one of the big chains, Checkers, Pick n Pay, Woolworths, Macro. All of those big chains are held by enormous laws and regulations, and the spaza shop has to actually follow suit and do the same. Well, then you've got the small cut, make, and trim business, has to follow exactly the same as a massive group of cut, make, and trim, and they have to belong to a bargaining council. So can you imagine a seamstress sitting at her home, employing maybe a friend to help her to fix garments or to put garments together, now suddenly finds that she actually has to join a bargaining council. Well, of course, they're not going to. And of course, it's going to be hampered if they want to actually grow and employ 10 or 20 people, because they're not going to be able to, because then they've got to go and register with the bargaining council. The other thing is, and let's make this absolutely clear, why is it that in the Western Cape, that unemployment has dropped to 18% as opposed to 45% on national? Well, I'll tell you why. There's no magic to this. There's no heavy politics. There's no abracadabra involved. All it is that the Western Cape government has empowered the city council and the provincial government to try and help the youth find jobs. Can you imagine if you are sitting in Khayelitsha today and you have no money at all, you have got no one to help you, you haven't got a new set of clean clothes, you can't put a CV together, you can't afford the bus fare to get into town to go for the interview, what do? You're not the person that Gwedi Mantashe talks about who's too lazy to go and find a job. You're a person that is struck. It's almost like being in a prison. You're struck, you're sitting in your shack, you can't get out, you can't get the bus fare, you can't get the clothes, you can't get the CV. That's just an impossible situation. If that was me, I'd be really angry. And we have seen that angry outburst from many people after hearing Gwedi Mantashe. But what does the city of Cape Town do? The city of Cape Town, trying to understand the situation, and trying to have a look at the business community and understand their situation, has called for a job seekers grant. What they're doing at the moment in Cape Town, and anyone listening to this program and can't find a job and is in that situation, can actually contact the city. Go have a look at the websites. There are websites and there are systems where they try and get you to, they help you with a CV, they help you with a job seekers grant, they help you trying to find where you can find a job. So there's no magic to this. It's just hard yards that we have to do. And we expect government to start doing that. We expect government to actually start helping the people. And the reality is, once again, if you can't help the people, well, then don't blame the people. Try and get the situation, try and get the regulations right. And so as we move into 2026, I'm hoping, and I'm hoping against a lot of bad news that we've seen in 2025, but I'm hoping that government understands that it's the people who are not lazy. They want jobs. People want to work. So Africans, we're energetic, we're innovative, we want to get somewhere, but you need someone to give you a hand up. We don't have a hand out, but we want a hand up. And I am heart sore that a minister, a senior minister in our government could say that. And so just an answer, if he is listening to Cape Pulpit this morning, and I think he is, if he's listening, please stop the nonsense. Let's get together, let's hold hands, and let's make sure that the youth can access jobs in South Africa. Thank you.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Michael. And I'm sure that it's going to be buzzing
Yeah.
on your
Yeah.
emails. So just that email again, but it needs to be labor related, people. But you can speak to this gentleman. He is amazing, and he will do the initial send off for you to help you in a direction.
Yeah, my email address is Michael, Michael, my first name, Michael, at Bagraims, which is the name of the firm of attorney, Bagraims.co.za. So it's Michael at bagraims.co.za. And please, yes, just anything to do with labor. And I don't charge to answer that initial email. So thank you.
Thank you, Michael, for what you're doing, and have a wonderful day. And I hope your year is going to be astronomically good, and that God will really bless you with all the initiatives, and that He will give you the energy to push through like you always do.